Everyone keeps asking us if we have snow. We do have a little bit of snow. You ever watch YouTube videos and you hear other homesteaders or people suggest to take it slow and steady? Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Morning guys, how's it going? We got an email last night that one of our tree orders has arrived. So we're looking at about almost 30 trees in total that, well, trees and shrubs, because we got some blackcurrant, blackberry, blueberry, bunch of crabapple, plum, regular apple, maples, and vines. So just kind of going over our plan here, our map, just to see where everything's going to go. And we're going to have to figure out some more space. So right now on the map we're oriented the same way as the house. So over here you can see the hot tub and the pool, and if we look over in the background there, you'll see the pool and the hot tub's hidden behind the, basically where we hang our robes and stuff. So if we look over to our left, we've got our one food forest here, which is right there. And I know it's probably a little hard to see since we don't have leaves on everything, so they're kind of hidden right now. But we've got, pretty sure that one's a pear. We've got a black walnut here that'll probably get moved. Got apple here. I think that one's a plum. Got another apple here. So you can kind of see that we don't have much space in this spot right here. So we might be able to get maybe one of those trees in. I'm not sure. Because back here, closer to the pool and hot tub, we've got a couple lilacs out here. Could probably fit something in between them. So this is one food forest here. But in this one too, which is a little hard to see, what we like to do is once these start growing a bit more, and once we get some other stuff planted around, we'll be planting some rosemary, thyme, sage, rhubarb, stuff like that that we use a lot of, and it'll just help really cover up the grass and get rid of the grass as well, kind of fill this area in. So also from out back of the house we have a group of willows, which are basket willows right here. So we'll be able to harvest them for making baskets. And they're located right there, kind of at the edge of the pool. So over here we have our spiral, which is all herbs and then wildflowers at the back of it. We've got the smoker back here, and then this is going to be all our berries. So it'll be all our blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. We've got some more apple trees, pear trees, camaries, maple, apples, apple at the back. This is our little fire pit here. And then we've got blackcurrant all the way down the north side of the big garden. So all of that is located here. We've got our spiral. Over here is, you can't really tell right now, but that's on top of the septic and it's all wildflowers. So we've got lupins and some bulbs and some other stuff planted there. We've got the smoker there, the throwing wall behind it, our beach volleyball, our little party area. So this area here with the 3 stakes will be our berries. So we'll be able to plant our blueberries in here that we're getting. These ones here are cranberries, these 2 little guys here. So what we're planning too is in the middle of all these fruit forests, we'll have little things like thyme popping up everywhere, as well as rhubarb and other stuff mixed in between the apples and the pears and the plums and the cherries and that. So here's more of our apples, our camaries, nitrogen fixers, rhubarb, pear plum, thyme, sage. So I think it's kind of hard to see, it might not be, but there's not a lot of room here for more trees. Then over here we've got our fire pit, another apple tree here, and then the big garden over there. So then out of the front of the house, we have our herb garden, which is right here, that again has rosemary, thyme, sage, parsley, dill, but it's also our flower garden and our secret garden. So you can see last year we planted tons of little tulips, which are all coming up. I think we planted around 300 bulbs or so. So we can't wait for this all to come up. Exciting. But there's no room for trees here, unfortunately. And then over here, we have our greenhouse, our chicken, our flower garden, but there's not really room for many trees over here. So looking at our list here, and we have blackcurrant, which we might be able to fit over here with our other blackcurrant. I think we should. We've got blackberry and blueberry, which will fit here in our berry area. We got crab apples, apple, which we also have more crab apples that haven't arrived yet. Some apples, some plums, and some plums, and some maples and vines that haven't arrived yet. So for these apples and plums and the crab apples, I'm thinking we might take them over here, put them down the cow pasture area. So the way we built the cow paddock and the pig enclosure is we've left a little space in between our actual road and the fence. So you can see we've got one black walnut right here, and I know we planted some bulbs as well in here. So I think what we might do is actually down this entire line is basically plant our trees. So we've got a little guy hiding here in with all our wild blueberries. That one's Hazelbert, and he's coming back. What we want to do though is all of the spots where there's room or we've cleared some trees, we actually want to replant trees. So we're going to take a lot of these dead pines out and replace them with something else, maybe maples. Got hackberry. He's not looking too good though. We'll see what happens there. Same with all these pines here. We'll kind of start trimming them out, moving them. But that guy was a Korean pine. Don't look like he made it this year. But this guy did. And what I did last year is we were told they need protection from the sun in their first couple years. So I just took some of these dead branches, piled that up. So they still get kind of filtered sun, but a bunch of shade as well. So we'll keep them shaded for maybe another year or two, make sure they are established, and then we can get rid of that dead stuff around them. So here's another Korean pine that we planted that's doing well. So these guys, once they grow up, they give off the pine cones that have pine nuts in them, obviously. But the pine nuts from the Korean pine are the ones you can use to make pesto sauce. So hopefully before I die I'll be able to try those. So as you can see behind me, basically we've got the cow pasture out here, and then we've got our roadway, driveway, pathway to get to my range and hunting area. So this area here will be where we want to put all the crab apples. So we'll do probably crab apples, maybe some of the plums, maybe some of the maples. We'll put them up and down this length of the side of the cow paddock, and that'll allow us to basically have beautiful foliage in the fall with all of that, but also have some of the crab apples fall to the ground so the cows can eat them, and then the deer can eat them as well. So that'll help keep the deer around this area as well. The only problem with doing all of that is we've got all this stuff we need to clean out. So all those posts, logs, branches, limbs, we're going to use those for building more stuff. These pieces here will probably go back to the range to make the berm higher. Same with this brush. And then we've got our, basically our wood chip pile. So we'll probably leave that, push it all up again, and then skip over that. And again, we've got more space here to be able to plant our trees. So we're going to pick up all those trees Saturday, and then we still have 3 legs of the cow to butcher, so I've got to do that too this weekend. So we'd like to get those trees planted, and sooner the better, obviously. So it's going to be another busy weekend. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for checking us out again. Don't forget to get down there, hit that like and subscribe, and the dingly bell to let you know when more videos have been released. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, guys. Love ya.